Girls, what's a tiny habit your partner has that secretly breaks your heart? The moment it truly hit me was last Sunday morning. I was scrubbing a stubborn stain out of his favorite mug, the one with the chip on the rim he refuses to replace, when I realized he's never washed a single dish I've owned, not once in 3 years. It started so small, I barely noticed. We met during a rainstorm. I was soaked, sprinting to my car after a late shift at the hospital when he pulled up beside me with an umbrella. "Need a lift?" he asked, grinning like a rom-com lead. His name was Cole. Charming, spontaneous, a freelance photographer who quoted Rumi on our 3rd date. He'd leave half-finished crossword puzzles on my kitchen table and send me sunrise photos captioned, "Thought of you." 6 months in, I caught the flu. Shivering in bed, I asked him to grab soup from the deli. He came back empty-handed. "They were out," he said, climbing into bed beside me. "But I got you this," a family-sized bag of gummy worms. I laughed it off. He's just bad at caretaking, I told myself, but then I noticed the pattern. My birthday. He planned a lavish dinner at a shellfish restaurant. I'm deathly allergic. The night I got promoted, he celebrated by dragging me to his friend's band gig. I stood there in heels until 2 a.m. while he crowd surfed. Every single morning, he'd use my $40 facial serum as hand cream. What? It was right there. Worst of all, the mugs. I collect them. Quirky thrift store finds, souvenirs from trips. Each has a story. The chipped #1 dad mug from my estranged father. The hand-painted one from my late grandmother's cabin. He'd use them for paint thinner, motor oil, ashtrays. "They're just cups," he'd say when I flinched, watching him dunk brushes turpentine blue into my childhood tea mug. "You're too sentimental." Last month, my dog Mochi died. I'd raised her since college. When I called Cole sobbing, he sighed. "Babe, I'm at a gallery opening. Can we talk tomorrow?" The next day, he brought me a latte to cheer you up. He'd used my handmade ceramic mug, the one I'd sculpted during grief therapy after Mom died. There, swirling in the dregs, lipstick, bright red, not my shade. When I pointed it out, he rolled his eyes. "Relax, the barista used it as a sample cup. I didn't know it was your precious emotional support mug." Back to last Sunday. As I scrubbed, it dawned on me. The mug he cherishes, the one he's careful with, is his ex's. A generic #1 golfer thing she'd bought him. He'd kept it for the memories. Meanwhile, my treasures were disposable. I texted him, "We need to talk." His reply, "Can it wait?" I'm editing pics from Jess's boudoir shoot. That's when I packed his golf mug in a box with his toothbrush and the half-used serum, left it by the door. People ask, why end things over dishes? Because it's never about the mug.